and maybe care. This is technically a project I have called Kill the Poets. If anyone's interested, y'all can look that up on Facebook. You don't have to like or share anything, but if you happen to be curious, it's where you can find stuff. I want to thank the dude, I don't know his name. I apologize, sir, wherever he is, but everyone, if you get a chance, kind of thank the guy doing this. Victor, Ferrolux, Baseborn, Spectrum, I keep forgetting, Brothers, Best of Friends. Best of Friends.
No, we're brothers and friends.
Brothers and
we're my sister's brothers.
We're not friends.
Like friends and brothers.
So yeah, I don't want to be really loud, but thank you all for coming. I think I'm gonna get down now because I don't know how many people even care to look. But all right, I really don't like doing this. So there is I like to contemplate the fact of people and our honesty a lot. We as people on a day-to-day basis go around the bush so often and say things with so many agendas behind them. It really irritates me, and oh, that's weird. It really irritates me, and I started to wonder one day how nice it would be if we actually just were more forward and said things to people that we actually meant and focused more on what we actually care to happen between ourselves in these moments. And I started to wonder one day how nice it would be if that's so loud. If every once in a while people walked up to you and said things like,
if you're parked in the aisleway, okay, don't do that. Sorry to interrupt. Just
should I wait?
Yeah.
No, but if people have to move their stuff, move your stuff.
Okay.
Park down the aisle.
So I'm not waiting. All right. Everyone. Cool. How many people? Only the driver should have moved. Dude, I call shotgun if we're moving the car. So anyways, honesty, sure. I started to wonder how nice it would be if every once in a while people walked up to you and said things like, I like you as a person. And your finite flesh trembling on the inside, though you may be, as if we don't see that you're more afraid of scars than the people that actually leave them. How your arms are like doors with rusty hinges on them because they never quite open up all the way to let people in. How your fingers grow loose when you're trying to hold on to a handshake because you're too busy trying to hold on to our attention long enough for us to notice that it's hard for you to hold on to anything. How you walk as if no one would notice it if you tripped over your own tongue right now. The way your hair falls. The pertinence between your breathing and the last time you cried over something more than the ending of a movie. How your mouth does not seek water before you speak because you don't feel your words are alive anymore. How if I died right now and became casket trash, you would label it as an interesting day instead of changing your lives, even though you too know how easily good people die. How you look at us through dryness. How you break your eyeballs against the world trying so hard to see the beauty in it. How you stop and breathe as if something someone said made you go just long enough for you to refine your attention span right before drifting off into a thought about how my lungs can carry so much debris and dust for me to cough up this trash with these symbols breathe back into them for the times I too may have cried over something more than the ending of a movie. I like you because you don't know the miracles you are. You all are like turning air into gold, and I would cry over you too if that concept was not from the ending of a movie. You were made up of 93% of particles known as stardust, and you live under a sun that one day will heat and pressurize itself into a planet-sized diamond, and yet you do not try to touch it, and yet you act like you don't find home more in the mouth of the sky than in the mouth of other people. I like you because you knew self-control in the way you hurt yourself to make sure others couldn't. You remind me of your beauty in a pedantic world. You are a rose put on concrete, the wedding ring at the other end of a kiss for a kid who you thought wouldn't treat you right now 3 years and 6 months ago. And most of all, my highness, my liege, and to whom I am forever indebted for this presence. I like you because you don't know how to like yourself sometimes. I saw it in the way you stopped. is if you thought that this broken open hermit actually had something, anything at all to offer you. Thank you. If any of y'all have seen my set recently, then you would know that what was going to come next possibly, but I'm gonna ditch that tonight and keep it short. I would like to talk about something though. I've been making myself talk about more openly at like shows and whatnot. A lot of people in this world seem to get very, very hastily with the concept of faith is ignorant whenever faith gets brought up in a situation. You can assume that you know what I'm talking about, but I guarantee you probably don't. We're at a point where America, you know, and all this, even though America, it may not be the best place morally, but we're built off of things like freedom. It's what was supposed to happen, religious freedoms and things of that such. I personally feel we've gotten to a point where now all the people that were wanting to get accepted for their different beliefs, it's become a society where we oppress people that still believe in the things that used to be believed in. And no matter how you look at it, no matter what you think it's ignorant for, oppression is oppression. And I don't care why you do it or who you do it to. Faith, even though it has everything to do with religion, has nothing to do with religion. People have faith that their girlfriend is going to not cheat on them. They have faith that their husband is going to come back from the store or not spend all of his money on something shallow. People have faith that their mom is going to love them or that their brother isn't going to steal from them. They have faith in things like money and vehicles and possessions and clothes. People who say faith is an ignorant concept have no idea apparently how they live their lives. Because if we didn't have faith, we wouldn't date anyone, we wouldn't go out, we actually would probably just commit suicide, all of us. And be it music, be it God, be it the God I believe in, be it art, you have to believe in something bigger than yourselves. If you don't right now, if you do everything just nonchalantly because it's life, it's whatever, stop doing that, please, and find something higher than yourself to belong to, higher than yourself. These shows are a pretty good example. Granted, there's still a bunch of idiots that come here and think they can hit girls and stuff while Pharaoh Lux is playing, but regardless, like, don't hit a chick. He was like, no. You got too excited. I'm double checking, please. Okay. Pharaoh Lux is pretty decent.
Ooh,
what?
Salty.
No, anyways, I didn't mean it like that. Whatever. But the point is, like, if y'all have the ability to commit yourselves to something good, something higher than you, be it a sense of morality or humanity or honesty, please, every single chance you get, act upon things like that. Act upon things that are bigger than people. Because if you say faith is ignorant and then you turn around and have faith in things like people and objects, that doesn't make sense to me. Because if you think faith in a God is crazy, faith in people is probably the definition of what insane is.
You never even came. You never called. You forgot about me. How could you forget me?
No, I didn't forget you. I would never forget you.
I hate you.
Will you not be mad at me for 1 second because I want to tell you one thing, okay? Okay, because last night I was writing you a letter, and then the words got too big, okay? Because you said Foxy has a cold, and I said, dear Lucy, I'm sorry I maybe hurt your feelings, and I was thinking about you all the time, and I was at Lucy on a hammock, and Lucy at school, and Lucy in the sky, and kisses and hugs daddy. And P.S. I love you like the song. P.S. I love you like in the song.
Slightly to evade my ignorance on that last statement, I'm not saying y'all should not have faith in other people, but if you're going to deny concepts and ideologies and theories, understand where you are in your life, especially in those specific things. If y'all can walk away with something here tonight, I would hope one of the things is for y'all to really appreciate the things and people in your life more. As someone who says, being, slightly extremist in some things, that I only have but one friend, and then to look in the face of a kid who's helping me push my car out of a ditch off of the interstate and realize that I denied him something every single time I said to someone that I only have but one or two friends, knowing that kid exists and has been in my life the way he's been in my life. It kind of makes you feel like a jerk, and if you don't realize this stuff now, if you don't get over your own arrogance, you're going to wake up one day and it's all really going to suck for every single one of you. Love is stronger than all of you will ever have the ability to be, and if you allow it to allow you in itself, great things will come in your lives. I can guarantee that. If you have someone in your family, someone around you, if someone says they can't stand you and you haven't talked to them for 4 years and they said disgusting things to you and you don't know how you treated them the way you do, if you still care about them, for the point of honesty, for the point of humanity, call them sometime, text them, do something about it. We just sit around and wallow in ourselves, and loneliness is a disease we just keep putting into our bodies and our minds and our hearts. Understand where love can play in your life before you don't have the ability to look at it the same way anymore.
There are loved ones in the glory whose dear forms you often miss. When you close your earthly story, will you join them in their bliss? Will the circle be unbroken by and by?
Someone likes Whitechapel.
Is a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky. In my joyous
When I was a kid, my grandmother faked a heart attack as a joke.
childhood,
6th grade was my earliest memory of wonderment about God. I knew inside that my morals could be in a better place, that I could and should be a better person. I don't know if by standards a school bus can be considered a church, but it was the first time I really felt a want to communicate with God.
with
Me and my mother don't talk much.
about
Not out of dislike, we just don't. And so there are ghosts. And so there are beings in other places like my mirror, which I finally began to look into again. And so I hope every poem to be a hymn hanging like the wrists of us as we all are fish trying to shoot ourselves inside of the barrel. I hope that I might hear something that'll bring me to where I need to be, because if I can live with myself, then I can live with them. And when beds are made of pools of our past and we finally sleep sound, I hope I won't have wasted away any final moments. Will there be anyone left in the end? When I was a kid, my grandmother faked a heart attack as a joke. I freaked out. A few years ago, my great uncle found my grandmother on our couch at the hospital, diagnosed her with diabetes, and said that had it been another 10 minutes, she would have died. I've never been so calm in my life. My grandmother has always been an angry person, but now when she yells, I can tell that it must be out of fear. When she speaks of me leaving, I can feel how it must wrench like pipes, trying to fit sound too big for their bodies, like a church organ built for heaven, but by someone who does not know its distance. I'm still not sure if a school bus can be a church, but my truck is a sanctuary on late nights when the Jersey barriers on the side of the highway are promises that I want to make to myself when I want an intersection to wrap around my body. I am I'm wondering why I thinking about these things as if life were a faded photograph of universes of eyes pulling themselves apart, but still trying to find the good things. I do see the good things. My mother is not a ghost story I cringe at over fires or flashlights. My mother is incredible, and yet I know when my breath leaves me out of distrust of my will, stone to be still over my head, the single thing I will regret is that I did not put in the effort to spend more time with her.
Partings. When they left, you hear below. Where the circle be broken by and by is a better in the sky. In the sky. One by one there, seats were emptied, and one by one they went away. Now the family is parted. Will it be complete one day? Will the circle be unbroken by and by? By and by is a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky.
You just haven't figured it out yet, have you? What? It, you know? It, the big picture. Guess not. The Beatles. What about this? Look, other bands, they want to make it about sex or pain, but you know, the Beatles, they had it all figured out, okay? I Want to Hold Your Hand. It's the first single. It's been brilliant, right?
When my fingertips become the steepened cliffs of waterfalls, the palm side of my hands so intricately built like a sideways city sinking, the drops of water on my hand look like time-lapse traffic, and everything is paused, spinning around me like proof of a pink rabbit I am trying to find. It is not fluffy, it is stone, and it's silence, and it is silence that comes here. When I think I hear you, my heart, a vintage record player waiting on your vinyl linings to linger. You soft-singing daughter of such a wonderful producer, you keep notes folded into your arms to the days when you and music are the only two things that can hold you and tell you that it is still okay to feel like this. It is still okay to believe that you can feel something in the future. The future is that part of the song you are so anxiously awaiting. You make sense to me, a proposal I will be so vaguely floored about. Maybe I do not need to find Fluffy tonight because I found you. You and I, the pieces missing in the world. Maybe your heartbeat to be a song that changed my life. Maybe your lips, a dance tonight, held in the arresting hands of a choking guitar atop a rooftop, a sound booth, left to capture no less than the sound you produced. You are beautiful with the recording light on. You are beautiful when you are, and nothing less than the noises we make. I say one night ride of restless legs in a sleepless city. One night when the playlist is a man deciding to get sober. This place is a liquor store he is standing in when he makes this decision. You are a decision I will somehow make. I just do not know how to play your song yet. You said it is already here, but my dear, I fear to fall in love with you. Your soundtrack is so sweet. What happens when the songs stop? What happens when liquor is all that there is left to drink? I do not believe in drinking alcohol, just like I do not believe in listening to bad music. You are Songbird, you are Nora and Infinite, and all of your finite things plentifully pinned to the kind of types that I found wonderful when in time's teachings of finding these that mean something to me, nor a story any less the bride bit, a bride unsung, but touched and long still with the strumming of my own breathlessness, a couch we found in plain sight, our eyes to catch the sounds of our fingers when playing sign. I will sketch things into your arms. I will sketch the lyrics to my favorite songs onto the side of your neck. We will find them later and feel blessed by something so much bigger than us. I remember when my fingers were innocent. You make my fingers feel innocent, not like when they're the hardened clouds of downpours. The music turns my anxiety down. You seem to do the same thing, so maybe cheesy, but hey, I think we need this joke. I feel like we can be buddies, huddled together with the honest parts of ourselves, aware of the fact that we are aware of the minuscule space that the electrons force between our bodies, acting like we're trying not to settle into each other, one of us telling the other to wait. Because the part is coming up, smiles on our faces, but not looking to each other, but still understanding the stillness, waiting for the hook to catch us catching each other, catching the other's eyes. As people, we try so often to fill empty places with empty things. And the issue with stacking blackness inside of blackness is that you become a dying star, eating yourself alive. When you have all these oddly shaped things stacked into each other, you begin to develop these honeycomb sketched holes in your heart, and you become a busy bee, constantly spending your entire life trying to scrape sludge out of the crevices of your life. But if you can manage to grab onto good things and great things while they're still available to you and put that fist in all of those blank spots, then the darkness and the demons will walk right into it and leave your life with black eyes, and they will not come back. I can promise you this. We try to find moments hidden in the corners of people, in corners, but everything's here for you. The hand to hold, the person to talk to, the thing to do, the right path, it's all right in front of you. At the end of the movie, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Nora stops Nick after finally finding the band they searched all night for and just leaving. And she goes, "Are you sad we missed it?" He goes, "We didn't miss it. This is it." If you ever have the chance to make sure that the things that matter in your life, you grab a hold of them and you never let them go. Thank you, everyone.